about being single. I've been single for the past 4 years after coming out of a relationship where I was abused. For about a year, I was doing good, enjoying my single life. But after a year, it's not been so fun. My parents, friends, and society have not made it easy for me to enjoy my singlehood in peace. Honestly, I'm also not so happy being single anymore. I long to have a good and happy relationship, but my past relationship continues to haunt me and I want to get it right this time round. I feel like society is part of the reason why being single is stressful. I think at this point, I'm single and ready to mingle. I would have wished to celebrate this Valentine's Day with a partner, even though I know it's too late. Tales, but in the meantime, how do I navigate this single life until I get attached? Right now, society makes me feel it's either I double up with a partner or pity myself being single. Please help me. I'm also aging. I don't want to continue my 30s without a meaningful relationship.
Interesting letter there. I am wondering why she feels pressured. 30 and so what? But I mean, this is not about me, so. Yazzie, let me take your take on this letter.
Oh my God, I have so much to say on this letter.
I know.
I have so much to say. I don't know if we have enough time. I think the letter is a bit pathetic. I think she's being too hard on herself. There's nothing wrong with being single. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being single at all. There are so many things single people can do. You can educate yourself. You can get new jobs. You can learn new hobbies. The most important thing I say in life is there are two things: investing in yourself and time. It's the two most valuable things. So this time that she's single, she can use that time to do something for herself, get a new job, learn a new trade, get to even to be in a successful, see, it's easy to be in a relationship, but are you in a successful relationship? Are you in a happy relationship?
Yeah.
And you have to work on yourself to be in a happy relationship. And based on what she's saying, I don't even think she's happy with herself, because she shouldn't want a relationship because of pressure from her parents. You shouldn't want a relationship because you're lonely. Those shouldn't be the reasons why you want a relationship. But since she sounds like she really wants to be in a relationship, she should come to Single and Mingle on Friday. Maybe she'll meet someone there. Who knows, right?
You know?
Yeah.
Mimi?
I want to be a bit realistic about the times and where we live in. We're in Ghana, where after 25, everybody's looking at, okay, so what's next for you? If you've graduated from the university, the next thing is they're looking at you to get married. They're looking at seeing a very serious man around you. And for her, she's been there, done that, and she's out. So if she didn't know anything about relationships, if she was new to the game, then it would be easy. But she's tasted it, and she will miss a few things in that area. And so definitely, if the pressure is coming, she will embrace it unknowingly. Because, of course, there are times like Valentine's Day, sister, those times, where your boyfriend. You're probably doing stuff, so you won't miss it. So once Lily says, okay, so who's your new boyfriend, or when are you getting into a new relationship, you definitely feel the pressure. So that's the realistic part of the conversation. But again, it's about you. Those who are giving you the pressure know how important are they to the entire conversation, because when you get into a relationship, it's about you and the person. And whether it's successful or not, it's about you. Are you ready? Are you mentally ready? Are you emotionally ready? If you're not, my sister, even though there are realities on the ground, you need to check all of that.
I love how you said that, because did you notice that she mentioned she was abused?
Yeah.
Right? And I think that maybe she's not even over that abuse. Unfortunately, a lot of us women get abused, and sometimes it's not just physical, it can be emotional, it can be mental. I have been in an abusive relationship. I'm not going to lie, I've been in a mentally and an emotionally relationship. Mental and emotional abuse. I've been there. And it is so hard. It is very hard. If you're not strong-willed, you don't have people around. Sometimes you even need professional help in order to get through this. And these things affect you if you're not careful for the rest of your life, for the rest of your relationship. And I think that this is something that this person should look into, because 4 years being single is also quite a bit of a time.
And for me, that's a mentally strong person to stay that long away from things that you're used to, the usual, the norm, and then be alone by yourself for this long, that's something. She has something she can actually work with.
Yeah, that's true.
Kofi, let me take your thoughts on the letter.
For me, it smacks of immaturity.
How?
Yeah, it smacks of immaturity because
And a man would never do that, girl.
she knows she knows not what she likes. Because if after all of those years, you still sound hurt, she's yet to overcome whatever she had to go through. And so yes, if you are yet to get over whatever abuse that was meted out to you or meted out on you, and then you are at that crossroads thinking, do I have to get into a new one, or I should still being single? So it means you're not too mature to even assume that thought of wanting to get into another. And again, exactly.
You know what?
And again,
Hold on, Yazi.
and again, if you would need to cower to the pressures of society, clearly it tells me you're not mature enough to get into those tangents. Because it means that even when you get into it, chances are that you're going to be dictated to. And you know what that means when you get in those areas. So my point is that I think she has to fully heal before she can even attempt to harbor the thought of wanting to get back into another relationship.
You know,
But
in the letter, when she began the letter,
Yeah.
she said she's honestly fed up of being single. Genuinely, do people get fed up of being single?
Yes. Yes.
This is like hands up.
No, but if it has to do with the sexual gratification, of course, that's fair, that's fine. She's human. And so in between times, you'd expect she goes through that stretch. But on another realm, having to get into a whole new relationship, that is where I think she has to.
You know, it's not just about sex. Maybe the whole feeling of knowing that there's somebody when you have issues you
No,
can
trust
talk
me,
to.
with this very letter we received, it purely has to do with sex. Nothing
no.
more.
No,
But
I'm
because-
not sure. No, you know,
listen,
you know
no.
she talked about. No, you know, she made a comment that, oh, especially Valentine coming, she wished she had a partner. You know, the whole feeling about knowing somebody cares about you,
So,
knowing you are loved.
Let me ask him. So why then is she still harboring that fear of getting into another relationship? What's that fear for?
Okay, I see.
Yeah, yes, he has
I want
What's
to
that
say
fear for?
something.
Okay.
So my point. Okay.
So I want to say something in regards to what you
That's
said,
fine.
right? We are living in Ghana,
Yeah.
where in Ghana, cultural society pressures are completely different from the outside world. I remember when I was going through my stuff, people were saying, "Oh, she's crazy, she's this," but the emotional and mental abuse is real. And when somebody you love does it to you, it is even worse. And we're living in a society where people can't even come out to say they're depressed. People can't even come out to say, yes, I'm suffering from abuse. Yes, I'm depressed. Yes, I need. People are even embarrassed to go and see a therapist. People are embarrassed to see a psychologist. So how does she get over this when our whole entire society is shunning this
So you
thing?
said something that was very
let me
profound.
finish.
Okay.
Let me finish. And we're living in a time where 50-year-old women are having babies. 40-year-old women. I think very recently a 40-something-year-old woman had twins and she had never given birth. We're living in a time where you can freeze your eggs. And it's so unfortunate to me that as Ghanaians, we are still sitting here, oh, she's 30, she's never been married, she's 32. You know, we give our women too much pressure and we are too
But it's
hard on
happening.
But you see,
Okay, it's happening.
she said something which was very profound in her initial submission, that she has to invest in herself.
Yes.
And I'm saying that since she's not really cut for relationships, given whatever she had to go through, and like I said, she's still harboring some fear, which is why she's not too entirely even convinced with herself that, yes, I'm ripe for a new adventure.
Kofi.
So my point is that take that time to heal, invest in yourself, and she will get to that level where even within, she'll be very well primed to want to get into another. But for now, everything we've had to hear, or she's had to say to us, smacks of immaturity. That's my take.
But Kofi, you a man. Do men feel the pressure to want to settle you know, for women, especially in our setting, when you clock 30, it's like you're racing against time. And so you need to find a man as soon as possible. Do you men equally feel same?
We okay. That makes me laugh, but it is not like it is not. No, hold on. No, it is not like we succumb to the pressures of society. But it gets to that point where you are just over that again. What again haven't you seen? The black, the yellow, the white. You know what I'm saying? So it is about, hey, I think I am done. And so if you're not getting into marriage, maybe what you do is that you stop having to engage in multiple relationships. And so it is not as though we do succumb to societal problem, i.e. getting into marriage. But it is about getting tired of all of what you had to do in the past. There were moments in my 20s. It was all fun for me. It was just fun. The fun of having to see another lady off, and that's one of getting to ensure another is getting in there. To me, it was fun. She knows this too well.
I don't know.
She knows this too well.
You know, let's maybe it was not
let me make it very simple for him. The honest truth, and it's so funny. We were just talking about this. We were just talking about this. I think with Mami and Nemo. I forgot who I was. Just today, we were talking about it. Men are just selfish. They live their life. They have all their fun that they want.
This is way too
and when
unfair.
they get married, when they're like, okay, I'm just tired of being I don't know if I can say that word on TV, HOE. When they just say, okay, you know, I'm tired. It's just like, like he said, I've had everybody. That is the reason why a lot of marriages fail. Because most men do not marry women that they actually are in love with, or women that they even like. It is just a matter of
who can keep my home.
It's just a matter of timing. Like, okay, you know what? I'm tired. This is the one that I'm around. Okay, she went to school. She can cook. She can clean. Cool. Let's get married.
No, that's not entirely true.
Kofi, is that the case?
No, that's not entirely true. Like I'm saying.
You're married, so yeah.
Like I'm saying.
He's married?
So everything you say will be biased.
He's
married?
He's married, just so you know. Yeah.
No, guys. I think I'm too old to be sitting here not married.
Okay, maybe. Right, Kofi, go ahead.
So, like I'm saying, it is not entirely about, okay, let me look around my immediate surroundings and settle because I am done with that life. It is about, it is either you're cutting that crap by way of wanting to sleep around and all of that, or it is about, okay, if I'm not getting married, I think it's about that time I moved away from, like I said earlier, multiple,
partners.
You know what I'm saying? And so we get to that level. Not necessarily.
Like, it has nothing to do with societal pressures.
No.
For you guys.
It is an
Is it for every man? I have seen or heard from men who say, my mom says I should get married. My parents think that, listen, I've acquired this, I've done that. All my friends are getting married. I also need to get married. I want to have children.
I've heard that.
This really has to be an individual affair. I am that one figure. I'm way too principled in regards to some of these things. Some things are very personal. I do not want you to have a say in those decisions, because it doesn't go well. Chances are that I'm going to blame you. So leave everything. Support. I mean, represent my interest. If you love me, just represent everything I stand for in that regard. But having to, have an absolute say.
Or dictate the pace.
No, I don't
to
run
which I
with
live
that.
my life.
Exactly. It is about me. At the end of the day, if it goes south or if it goes left, it is me.
Yes. Sometimes it depends on the family, though, because it does happen, especially in our culture and in certain cultures where they are very family-oriented. It happens a lot in, like, the Muslim culture and the Indian culture, or sometimes even in the fancy. It just depends on the dynamic of the family, Depending on the dynamic on your family. It's not, like, necessarily pressure, but there are sometimes that the dynamic in your family is so healthy and so strong that you know your dad or your mom wants what's best for you. Every decision they've helped you make along your life has been successful. That
So
if you trust them. So if they say, oh, Yazzie, you know, you're 28, you know what, we think it's time. And oh, yeah, Yazzie, you're dating Kwame. We think Kwame's a good candidate. It not necessarily pressure. Of course, obviously, Yazzie has a say. But if dependent on the family dynamic, it can play a role.
Yazzie, it is one thing, you know, recommended or probably, and it's another thing having an absolute say in my choice.
And I would always say that, like I said earlier, it's about you.
Exactly.
See, the rest of your life together with whatever decision someone else takes for you, they leave it to you to live that life. And so don't give someone the absolute power to dictate when you are in a relationship and when you're out of a relationship. See, this relationship thing.
But doesn't it happen?
It does
I
happen.
mean, we talked earlier, you mentioned the reality. It does happen. A lot of people feel pressured. They see their colleagues getting married. They see their siblings. If you are the eldest, there's a lot of pressure. If you're a woman.
If the younger one gets married.
But you see, it completely different. My older sister got married like 10 years ago, and I was so happy for her. And this year, 2 of my little sisters are getting married, and I'm so happy. Like, we're planning the wedding. Oh my God, I probably wasn't supposed to say that. But, you know, like, I'm so happy. I'm not getting married, but like, I'm elated for them.
You don't feel at any point, it's not against them, but like, oh, so when is mine going to work?
Because I believe God's timing is the best time. I believe what's meant for you won't pass you by. And I believe in investing in myself and being the best me. And I believe in making sure I got my ching 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 on lock.
What's that?
Ching 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 is my
baby.
you know?
The other side of this conversation has to be the fact that, let's say you're 30, there should be, your future has to be properly, you know, carved out. So let's say you're 40, you're 30, I'm just saying. And so if you're gonna, let's say if you're a career woman, it is a whole thing having to combine career, baby making venture and all of that. So if you want to have it,
it is not a whole thing. This thing you're saying about women can have careers and have families and be married and have children.
You should have allowed me land. Probably would have gotten the input of whatever I'm saying. So I'm saying you're Yazzie. So Yazzie, let's say, I mean, knowing Yazzie very well, she will still want to be relevant in that sense, even when she's 50 years. And so point is that she may want to be tied down early enough, probably make all of what she has to do in terms of baby making and all of that. She's done. And then she could go back to being Yazzie. You know what I'm saying? And so, exactly. So my point is that she might not necessarily be pressured into getting married, but it is about having to make the most of that age when you're like 40, 50, I mean at the very tail end of your 40s and all of that. It is about how you are able to make the most of it. Because Yazzie sitting here, for example, is not looking to move away from the contemporary woman she's always have to appear. You know what I'm saying? And so if her mom knows her too well, chances are that she's going to be talking her into marriage. Get into it, do whatever you're supposed to do, and then come back to settling and then get back to your usual Yazzie. So there are moments that, like she mentioned, parents might want to have a say, not because it is all entirely about wanting you to tie down in regards to marriage, but it is about, you know, how you are able to also carve out or make out that future. You know what I'm saying? Just like men sometimes. There are times you sit back and you're like, hey, I am getting, like, I'm getting older. Okay, so let's say I am 40 now. If I don't make babies, I give birth at, let's say, 45. I'll be 50. My kid will be 5 years. Do I have the same energy to work tirelessly like I used to have when I was 30 to take care of my kid? So these are some of the issues we do take into account when you want to get into...
I think we need to take you to like 1985.
no, but I think that he has a genuine point. Because, I mean, for the typical Ghanaian, at age 60, you're retired.
Exactly.
So if you have a child at age 50, it means in 10 years. When your child is probably in class 5, Yes, that's when you're retiring. And the retirement plan down here is not. I don't want to say not too good, but how many people retire and can confidently take care of their family?
Exactly.
That is
why sometimes it's not even about the financial aspect. It's the energy. I'm a pension baby, and sometimes it's some way. Sometimes you see your dad like a granddad, and sometimes the energy they use in raising kids it's not there. They want to just love you.
Yeah.
And that can ruin you. Do you understand? So yes, I agree with that point.
You're a pension baby, and you are so amazing, Mimi. You're like you know what, Mimi? Not only are you beautiful outside, you're so beautiful inside. So you were raised very well. But I want to contribute to what he was saying, right? Because I understand what you're saying, and I understand the point you're making.
So I'm speaking purely from the Ghanaian perspective.
Yes, and you're 100% right. You're not wrong at all. And I think that is one of the problems that we have. Us women, a lot of us are not investing in ourselves, investing in our knowledge, investing in our careers. You don't need a guy to have a house. You don't need a guy to have a car. You don't need to get married to have your own business. We need to invest in ourselves. Like keywords to what you said. Me personally, I believe in working smart. You know, I don't believe in working hard. Like I believe in working smart. So I believe that I can retire at 60, and I believe I can have a nanny, I can have a chef. I believe that I can have enough investments that will be funding my whole family. And I believe that at 60, when I'm retired and I still have a 2-year-old kid even, we'll still be living our best lives. We'll probably be on an island.
How real, Yazi, I love this, but how realistic is this in the Ghanaian setting?
Exactly.
Somebody completes uni at age 25, gets a job, and is paid 500 cities, stays in that position for 5 years, and the person is only upgraded to 1,000 cities. They are 30 years. They are 35 still, 1,000. 40 years, 1,000, 5 2,000. At age 60, you have to retire. And now that money is hand to mouth because you have to rent, you have to pay utility bills, and then your transport. So the retirement plan, working smart, I don't know if I'll say that our environment does not encourage working smart, but it's high time that we encourage people to work smart, nonetheless. But there are successful women who are single. Does society allow them to be happily single?
I think society can say whatever they want to say about people, but it's all about you and how you feel on the inside. And for me, as long as you feel okay with yourself, forget what society has to say. And I want to make a point to what you said, that maybe our society does not encourage and working smart, but it's time that we do. Listen, you can find a product that you can sell for 10 CDs, put it on Amazon. You sell 5 of that product a day, that's 50 CDs a day. You're sitting at home. You're using a smartphone. You're not even using petrol. You're not spending money on Uber. It's the same data that you're using to troll somebody online. There are so many different ways of working smart.
The same energy you use to commenting on our posts and insult us. Why not use that same energy to do something for yourself?
Now you're doing entrepreneurship 101.
Yeah. But I mean, yes, it's very unfortunate that society make single women feel bad about being single, especially after 30. And so a lot of single women out there pretend they are happy. Is that a case, Mimi?
Of course. You said that beautifully. And there's no better way to say it. We've come to a point as Ghanaians, because me, I've lived here all my life, so I can only speak for, that we do not appreciate people's mental health, the state of people's mental health. Is she happy being single? Yes or no? The only time you are allowed to be speaking in that person's life is when they need help out of that situation. If they want help, I've been single for 4 years. I need someone to take me out of this because this is my problem. This is why I am not dating. This is why I'm not in a relationship. That is where I feel like people, family members can come in. If the person says, oh, okay, so I haven't found the person. I've been on a few dates. I was telling you earlier. I've been on a couple of dates and free food and all of that. That was so important. I told my friend last year that I've had the whole of 2021. I was just eating free food.
I love that. Those are so much fun. You order everything you want.
Like, hey, let's
Even
go.
like
Have dinner. Let's go. I went to other restaurants I've never been to. Like, I just needed to eat free food. It's very good. Free food is good. I added on some weight, right? Yeah. It was very important.
We ate a lot of free food in 2021. 2022, we are not eating free
In
food.
2022, may you be cooking in the kitchen with your husband.
But listen, for me, I feel like it all boils down to society beginning to evolve with time. People, times have changed. Things have changed. People even now say, like Oprah, she said that I'm not going to get married. She didn't. Was she in an abusive relationship at some point?
She was abused before.
As a child. She never got into the whole marriage setting, but she said, I'm never going to go there. And she's lived. She's never died. She did die and come back. She said she's okay.
She's probably in the top 5 richest women in the world
and there's a woman, I won't mention her name, in Ghana, who went into marriage, came out of it, and she said, I'm never going to be there again. She's happy, making more money than any radio station personality, in fact, radio personality or TV personality I've met. Do you understand? So it's about the person and how they feel about it.
Are we... Oprah, are we the woman you're talking about?
Well, she's in Ghana. The other woman is in Ghana.
Women out there, okay, and that much, I empower that much to be these women we see and respect.
Okay, so Lily, is it about making money, being comfortable, or staying out of relationship when you feel like you're not mentally stable to be in a relationship? If that's what
some people go into relationships because they feel that they need somebody to take care of them.
Oh, well, that's wrong.
So you see, that's what I'm saying, that it all depends on the person and their mentality. There are some women out there that their whole lives is to be a housewife. Their whole lives, their dream is to take care of a man, take care of a family. And I actually don't think there's anything wrong with that. To each is its own, you know, just to make sure that it is actually a healthy situation for you. Because if it is not healthy mentally and emotionally, it actually trails on to you, your children, and that is how the children end up doing the same mistakes because the cycle continues. Then you have some women that are just like, look, I'm all about my career. I'm going to focus on myself. I'm going to focus on work. And there's also nothing wrong with that. And I'll use myself as an example where I am absolutely a family person. I love being around my children. I love being around my man. But I also love to work, and I balance the two. And there's also nothing wrong with that. But for me personally, no matter what people think or say, I have walked out of relationships that people have felt like I shouldn't have walked out of it, but I've walked out of it for my sanity, you know, and I would rather be single and happy than be in a relationship and not be happy.
Now, talking about single and happy, before you entered your current relationship, how did you do it?
How do you know I'm in a relationship or not?
Well, you just
you've been saying it.
No. I was speaking in
future terms.
Yes.
Okay. So, as a single woman, Yati Sangari, how do you do it? Being single and happy.
I watch a lot of duvet. You know, I watch a lot of duvet.
Educate yourself on how to treat the new.
Okay, so let's say Yazi Sangari is single. Let's just say I'm praying. I don't play with my prayers multiple times a day. I'm very focused on work. I actually make more money when I'm single, to be honest with you. Because when I'm single, like, I have like all the time, and like my mind just, I'm like, do you know what? I'm going to show this guy. Like, it's actually how Sugar Coated started. Sugar Coated started right after my divorce, where like I had a lot of free time on my hand, and I was like, nah, I'm going to show this guy. And when I first started Sugar Coated, I was just sitting again on my computer, and I was just making money. And then I brought it to Ghana, and I was living in America, and I was making money in Ghana, and I was like, yeah, I told this guy, you know, I'm gonna make it, you know. So, you know, and
but that's not a healthy mentality to get into a business with, just so you know. That
I'm not saying that was the only reason, but you see, you have two options when you're going through pain, okay? Yeah. And either way, it's going to hurt. You can sit there and you can be a victim and you can cry, which I've done when I have broken hearts. Or you can take that energy and you can put it into something. Either or hurts. That's all I'm saying, you know.
So,
and then, but then duvet helps you with the sexual part. Okay. So that's why you have to watch duvet on Thursday.
But, I mean, if you are single, do not be gratifying yourself with sex. Make sure you get married before you have sex. We'll be right back after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back. This is Lifestyles here on GHOne TV. I told you, it's a family affair tonight, and I'm sure you're having fun. Pretty shortly, we'll be opening the phone lines. Then tell us how you navigate through your single life, and then whether or not you want to bum this Valentine. We'll tell you where to bum this Valentine. Now, Kofi, before the break, we're talking about how to deal with being single. You are a man. I don't know how you men do it, but I mean, Yazi was telling us as a woman how she goes about it. I mean, her comeback and all that. But for you as a man, how do people deal with being single? And then making sure that you're happy as well.
Have you ever been single? That's the question.
You know,
I like
right.
I like that.
You guys are never single.
Yeah,
It's only there's one time, there's one person who's in the picture.
Single? Did you say that?
You choose to be single. You choose to be.
Really?
Yes, I mean.
But you know what? That would depend on the definition of single and dating.
Define that.
Because just having a girl coming over and like maybe she cooking and sleeping with you, that is not dating to me, and that is not a relationship to me.
Well, everybody is different, you know. No, Kofi, you are making a point.
I was saying that you choose to be single. I do not know exactly. I think I agree.
Yeah.
In some aspect of whatever she had to say. It has to. Yes, if I'm having to have my way around you, I might not necessarily, you know...
Need a committed relationship.
Exactly. If it has
really?
Yes, that's the point. That's why I'm asking, who chooses to be single? In this modern day and age. So maybe unless you come back again to explain to me what you mean by somebody being single.
And a lot of
Not
guys...
in a committed relationship. Means you're single. Are you
Oh,
not?
really?
Yes.
Actually, I believe that till you're married, you're single.
The ultimate for us, pre-marriage, has to be sex. And so if I'm having to get it...
Then you're not single.
If I'm having to get it and not in a committed relationship,
You're not single.
do you then label me as a single person? That's what I'm saying. You choose to be single. Because I am struggling to wrap my head around any man labeling himself as single.
Well, they do.
Well, they do. When they meet us, they always tell us.
Yeah, we met too
Even
many
a married
single
one.
men who never got married to.
I was once in a very, very serious relationship. I mean, literally married to someone, because in our culture, like, you even call engagements and stuff married, and you will still meet a girl and tell a girl he's single. So please, it's men. It happens all the time.
So that's what I'm saying. That
So,
it is about how you label those guys as single, because the ultimate for us has to be getting down there. And if I'm having to get it, what makes me single then?
Now,
You know, there are that, you know, school of guys who would want to get into committed relationship.
Yeah.
That's there. It's loving to
Like yourself.
get into it. I'll stop playing your tape. If you get it.
Don't play my tape. Oh, play it.
I stop playing
Please,
it.
I'm old now.
Okay, so like
I'm way old
so
now.
that's just
By the way,
yeah. So like I'm saying, it's good. It's loving to want to get into a committed relationship. There's that fun bit. There's that fun element of it. Thought of you waking up and then realizing that somebody has your thought. She slept with you. As in slept with the memory of having to be the last person you spoke to. She wakes up and then, knowing very well that she has my thought. That edge of, or you are in anticipation, expecting that call. Almost every time expectant to be asked. You've done lunch, you've done breakfast, you've done dinner. It comes with some high level of excitement. That's fine. And there is the other ones. They choose not to get so much committed into, that. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, the ultimate for both, that one who is so much committed into that relationship, and the other one who isn't that committed, who cares less about finding out exactly what's wrong, whether you're happy and all of that. In the end, it has to be about that thing. That is why I'm saying
Last, he has to be in the bedroom.
That is why.
That's the ultimate for the man?
For the man.
What is it, Lily? You tell me. What
Okay,
is
I'm
it?
not a man, so I would
Exactly.
not know.
But what is it?
For me as
No,
a
maybe
woman,
you
it
should
goes
call-
beyond that.
What is it? Probably tell me what you know about it. Maybe they should call to tell me. Beyond that, what again? I'm just saying. Not beyond that. Even for marriage, the ultimate has to be procreation. And if it has to be procreation, what do you do to procreate?
Okay.
What do you do to procreate?
There we go.
So yes, the ultimate, in regards all of this, has to be that thing. And so if you're a man, you choose to be single. Not by default.
Interesting. Are you a man out there who's single? Did you choose to be single? If you're a woman out there and you're single, and you think you're happy, how are you doing? Call us, let's hear from you. The phone number is on the screen. Call us, let's hear from you. And then let's know how you're navigating through your single life. You can call us now. Now, Mimi,
Darling.
for this lady, how do you think? Oh, let me put it this way. Do you think she ever moved on from her previous relationship?
Oh,
because
not.
you know, 4 years is such a long time.
A very long time. And I said earlier that for you to be single, the way a woman is supposed to be single for 4 years, that's a lot. That's someone who's going through so much and can't think of anything romantic but had to stay there for that long. So honestly, that I give to her, because there are people who can't do 6 months.
Yeah.
We jump into a different relationship right now just to heal.
Yeah.
We call that rebound and whatnot. But to stay alone for 4 years, that's some thumbs up for her. I don't also think that she used or she utilized that 4 years properly. I think that she could have done more on working on herself. You said something that if she utilized the 4 years properly, she would invest in herself. She would be so confident to be wanted by somebody that is worth it. So she wouldn't be worried about who wants me or who doesn't want me. If she's not getting, she knows that, oh, it's just not time, or I'm just not finding the right person, or I've not made that decision to choose whoever, because I'm sure she's beautiful and there's so many guys around her. But she then gets to choose who. But she didn't do that. So the 4 years, for me, was wasted.
I feel...
Was it really wasted, or she was still trying to find herself?
Okay. So let me take my words back. So because there are people who take longer time to heal. Okay, so let me take my words back. I think that for me, she needs to do more of the working and building on herself, because you see, there's a lot of confidence that it brings to you as a woman, and I'm sure that you're seeing it in somebody that you know very, very well.
I wanted to add on to it.
Mimi. Hold on. I have a caller online. Hi, Fifi. Good evening to you, and thank you for calling us.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm very well, Fifi. How are you too?
I'm also fine.
Okay. Your thoughts?
Hello?
Yes, Fifi, I can hear you loud and clear. Your thoughts?
Oh, okay. So, what I have to say is that this is just by the way, though. I feel like if you are a very young guy in Ghana, maybe around 25, 18, 25, I think you should really focus on yourself, because I've been in some relationships and I feel like in Ghana, if you don't really have it, it's like you don't deserve love. You get it?
Really?
If you don't really have something, you don't deserve love. Because I think the past 2 weeks I was talking with one of the lady that I really was interested in that.
If you don't have certain things, you don't deserve love. Certain things like what? If you can
basically money, for money. If you don't have money, don't
okay, for you as a man, that's how you feel.
No, that's not how I feel. I think like that is.
That has become the norm, you think?
Yes.
Okay.
So just an advice, yeah.
Okay, I see. Thank you very much for calling us, Fifi.
Can I add on to what Mimi said?
Yeah.
Because this is for the person that wrote the letter, and I'm going to assume that she's watching. Mm-hmm. I think everything you said is right, but I'm actually also very worried about her. If she hasn't been able to get over this in 4 years, exactly. I think it means that she might be seriously depressed and she might not know about it. And I think that it's time for her to speak to someone. a lot of times in our society, they'll tell you go and talk to pastor. Of course, speaking to a pastor, there's nothing wrong with that. But there are professionals out there. There are counselors. There are therapists. There are relationship coaches that can help you go through this. Because a lot of times, this type of abuse doesn't just start with just the relationship. Sometimes it even goes through from childhood, and it becomes a trend. The type of guys that you date that are always doing this to you. So until she fixes that and she fixes herself, and as you guys said, along with the therapy and the coaching, invest in herself, invest in her career, her confidence, her looks.
Yes, I'll hold you on that pretty shortly. I'll come back to you. We have Papi from Pokwasi on the line. Hi, Papi. Good evening to you. Thank you for calling us here on Tales.
You're welcome.
Your thoughts?
Okay. I think it's a nice program.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Are you single, by the way?
It's a nice program.
Are you single,
And,
by the way?
I'm really enjoying the program.
Thank
anyway.
you.
But
Thank you.
listening to Kofi, I've learned a lot from Kofi. I think. I can't hear you, please.
Okay, so maybe you need to turn the volume of your TV down so we can have.
It's even off. I've muted it.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Go ahead. Yeah. You're saying you love the submissions of Kofi.
From Kofi Mensah, I think I'm learning a lot from him. Everything he's saying, I really agree with him. But my point here is from the first caller. I think he said it right. In Ghana, if you don't have money, if you have not achieved a lot in life, you don't deserve love. You will not get people to love you. And I think that is what is happening now. It has become a norm.
I beg to differ.
Yes, if you don't have money, if you are not doing any good job, you don't get a good woman to be with.
Really? Then you haven't.
Yeah,
Then you really have not met good women.
A good woman, but you say
because I think that I have never had to be with somebody because
good women are now attracted to men with.
No. Okay, you see,
because maybe Papi, right? Because maybe Papi, a lot of women have been wounded by the men they helped to build.
That's untrue.
So maybe they are just not.
true.
Maybe they are just because I almost was there, brother. Chill, brother. You wanted to say our own name.
Kofi, is it true what they are saying that a lot of now if you do not have Benjamins, you cannot get a good woman?
It must not always be about Benjamins, but it's an important commodity, isn't it? It must not entirely be about the Benjamins, but it is an important commodity.
Yazi begs to differ.
this topic here.
It gotta be about the Benjamins first.
If I start talking.
No, I'm saying, like, I'm not.
So, in my opinion, this is what I was stated. Men in Ghana like to have multiple women. And in order to keep multiple women, it is expensive. But you do not need to have women and money or be rich to keep a good woman. A good woman supports you through the good and the bad. A good woman helps you build. A good woman doesn't care about that.
Okay. I have Zaud from Ashaman on the line. Hi, Zaud. Good evening.
Hi. Good evening.
Good evening, Zaud. Talk to us.
I think hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I think I agree with Yazi. Yazi, I don't know where she grew up.
She lived in the U.S.
She's always on point.
She lived in the U.S.
I love her so much.
Oh, I love
The other Valentines.
Yeah.
That contribution. You understand life so much. I don't know how she grew up.
Oh.
It's because I've been through a lot.
Honestly, I'm
Life experiences, huh?
She's very clever. She knows how to come in. She knows whenever you have a plan. I think you should be a counselor. You need me.
That's why you need to come for the love fair.
Do you know what?
I need somebody like you. You are too much.
Do you know what? I'm going to.
I just come from what I've been into GHOne and I studied. And whenever I want to watch GHOne, and she's hello.
Yes, we are listening.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, do you know what? Leave your number with the producer. I'm going to purchase for you 100 CD ticket for you to come to Single and Mingle. So leave your number. I'll purchase the ticket for you. You get to meet me. You also get to network. Not for us to date or anything, but just for you to come out and have a good time and enjoy. The ticket is on me, so leave your number with the producer.
So is this Friday?
Yes.
This Friday from 5 p.m. at the Silver Star Towers?
Yes.
All the way to 10 p.m.?
Yeah.
So come and, yeah.
So leave your number and then they'll get the ticket to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you.
I love you too. But you see, and that's what. No, I wasn't done, and then the caller came. Let me land, and that is why a lot of marriages. Like I was saying, I mean, globally, a lot of marriages are failing. But dating, oh my God, my Ghanaians, I'm a proud Ghanaian, okay? I was born in Sekendi Takrady. But dating in Accra is just completely different from dating in London or dating in America. It's just completely different. And it is, in
if you say different,
I was going to ask her,
how different is it?
Oh my God, I'm the one to get in trouble. You see,
but you already said it's different.
You see, someone will date you in America because of your personality, just because they like you. It is never about because you're on TV. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Of course it happens. You're watching Halle Berry on TV, you would want to date her. But for like normally, it is not, a guy wouldn't date you because you drive a Benz or you got, but in Ghana, for me, it just seems like everybody wants to date, that there's this facade that everybody wants to be affiliated with powerful people, someone with money. So, and sometimes these people don't even have the power or the money. Sometimes it's even a facade, you know, and that's why these callers are saying these things, because they don't even know. And sometimes you can't even read through the facade. Sometimes you can't. If you're not really experienced, you won't even be able to tell that Chale Papa we you need dama, not say mommy we need dama. Do you understand?
But if you want to chill this Valentine, we're giving you a unique opportunity. Yazzie, fill me in.
Okay, so this Valentine's first during the day at 9 a.m. right here, February 11th at the GHOne studios. You can come to meet myself as well as Mimi, Lily, Mommy Anymore. We're all going to be here for the Duvet Love Fair. The Duvet Love Fair is where you can purchase everything you need for Valentine's Day. It can be a gift for your partner, a gift to use with your partner, a gift for your mom, a gift for your colleague. It is a great time for you to come and meet all of our vendors. We have amazing vendors that are here, like a lot of people you don't want to...
What are some of these gifts that people can get to buy?
Perfumes, which I know is a great gift to get for Valentine's Day. Flowers. We have chocolates. We have Sugar Coated is going to be there. So Sugar Coated, we have clothing, all types of clothing. We have lingerie. You know, that is definitely something that you need for Valentine's Day. We also have surprise guest appearances. We have surprise performance. I don't want to spill all the secrets. I want you to come. And it's free. It's actually free to attend. Oh, so it's completely free. Then after, we will do the Bambarin at...
Of course, at the Silver Star Towers.
Yes.
Mimi? Single and ready?
Very ready. Ready to mingle. And I told you guys, and I keep telling you guys that you never know what will happen that night. In fact, that night, we're bringing heaven on earth, and it's going to be divine. Trust me, it's going to be divine. You're going to meet all...
For yourself, mommy, saying that.
I'm telling you, we're bringing Jesus into that room.
Amen.
And I'm telling you, whatever
Hallelujah.
happens there, stays there. So if you get there and don't see Jesus, I mean, just enjoy yourself. It's going to be a great time, great music, good company. I'm telling you, it's going to be a great time. And if you check on our social media handles, you see the people that are actually coming. Nana is going to be there. Nana Vanama is going to be there. It's going to be Sewa.
Bulare is going
Queen,
to be there. I am. The
Rich Auntie is going to be there. Yazzie is going to be there. And we're going to see
that. Regina is going to be there. Barakisi is going to be. Listen,
did you mention Regina?
Yeah.
And Mami Anymore?
Yeah.
Y'all know that it's fire.
Yeah. They are the enjoyment ministers.
Yeah. Let me mention the phone number for if they want tickets or if they have any further questions. That number is 055-7933-570. Again, 055-7933-570. And Mimi, I love that you said that God is going to be in the house. Because do you know what? Being in love is not just about having a partner. It is loving yourself, loving God, and loving your friends. Coming to this event doesn't mean that...
It's a cocktail of all of that.
It's a network. It is to love each other.
Kofi.
I get to be my date.
Okay.
I guess you maybe. I'm asking you.
Kofi,
Are you gonna be my date?
no. He's not going to be your date.
Oh no.
No, I think I've been chosen already.
Yeah.
By who?
Mami and Niwa.
Me.
Mommy and Reggie, they won't leave some
They
for
won't leave
us.
some for us.
Mami and Reggie.
I'll go with Brady. I'll go with Brady.
Okay. Encourage
Yes.
the men out there to come in their numbers. You know, GHOne, we have very beautiful
And I'll go with
women.
Benini.
And according to Bliss
Banini.
Kane on
Which one?
Expressive,
Which one?
Banini, the
guys,
director.
Hold
ladies,
on.
listen.
Yeah.
According to Bliskin on Expressive, Bliskin and Jackie, a survey done here in GH1 says that 80% of women here in GH1 are single. So
She's taking the words out of my mouth.
Okay, go ahead,
sorry.
Kofi.
Yeah,
Kofi, go ahead.
I was recently in Takrady and one guy was literally just dying to see Sewa.
Oh, so you should come out on
It was
Friday.
the fact that he realizes I'm with GH1
GH1.
and get to meet Sewa every now and then. For once, I was a celebrity in his side, you know, like, and he's just
Sewa will be there. Don't
exactly.
worry.
So it is the easiest way to get to meet Sewa.
Yes.
And then again, one thing they do not know is that on the flip side, they are one of the they're very nice.
sweet.
Tell your boys. Tell your boys.
Exactly.
Look at the camera and tell your boys.
They are sweet, extremely nice, you know, to hang around with. And so I am only asking you and urging you just to make your way out there and then make the most of the evening. My only worry has to be the fact that it ends at 10.
We should extend the time.
Ends at 10.
We might extend it.
You
Let's
know,
see.
you never know.
I mean,
That's
with
what
Regina
happens
and
there.
ladies, with Regina
But
and
the
Mommy in
tickets
the
again, how much is
party.
it going for so people know?
So one ticket is 100 CDs, but if you pair up with a friend or your partner, then it's 150 CDs. And again, the phone number is 0266001114. You can mobile money this number to purchase your ticket or call that number if you have any questions.
Or you can get a ticket at the gate.
Yeah, you can. Oh, you can buy the tickets at the gate. So you can come here. You can come to GH1. You can come to Star FM. Social media too at GHOne TV to purchase your ticket.
So
No,
let
that
me
the
kill that
party-
myth. That's caller who said you would need to have money before you are able to date.
But that's a
Please,
joke.
Kill that myth.
That's a joke. It's
Kill
a
that
joke.
myth. No, he was serious about it.
No, it's a joke.
So
It's
kill
a
that
joke.
myth. Get to the Silver Star Towers and then mingle.
Yeah.
Bamba. I mean,
Did you know what's funny?
Tell me.
Every serious relationship I've been in, like, I didn't even plan it. Or like, it just happened.
So you might never know. So walk into GHOne TV
You might
in
grab
the
the
morning, grab some nice gifts, and then at 5 p.m. you join us at the Silver Star Towers. I could be your date.
You never know, baby.
Thank you very much, Yazi Sengari, Kofi Mensa, and Mimi K. And of course, my name is Lily Mohammed. Have a good night. I'll see you on Friday.